seem to be okay. So.
Welcome into it's a Monday edition. Monday crept up on us here this week on the YSN Power Hour. DJ Oakley here, Paul Munson with us because of a late practice. We got Ty Bartell and of course, Mr. and Coach Matt Seidel. Gentlemen, how was your weekend?
It was a good weekend.
Pretty good.
Not too shabby. Ty, how are you?
Doing good. Doing real good.
Different red shirt, just different day. I love it. What do you got on today?
Just plain old red shirt. I mean, what else?
Is that? Oh wait, that's the Target shirt. That's the uniform.
That's
okay.
one of them. Yeah, you need the plain red shirts. Yeah,
it's starting to add up. Red shirt and khakis, right?
Just got so many of them in the closet. Might as well throw one on.
Is it like that Taylor Swift commercial where she's like, I think I'll wear a cardigan today, and it's cardigans the entire length?
Yeah, pretty much over half the closet's easily a red shirt. So
we can appreciate that. As long as it's red, white, or blue, I guess we have gray as well. But as long as it's one of those, we're happy. You know what else makes us happy here at the YSN Power Hour? Napping. Straight up napping. And
absolutely.
It's one of those situations we talked about in the pre-show that you don't really appreciate it as a kid because you do anything to just stay awake. But as you grow older into adulthood, napping, you realize quickly, is one of the best things ever because, well, let's just face it, it keeps old people able to get through the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hours. And Paul, you have a lovely story about some naps that started back in high school.
Oh, yeah. That's where my napping days, started to ramp up was high school for sure. You get into a class and you were sitting like this, or you'd sit like this and, try to take a little nap, and it worked out.
What about you, Ty? Are you a napper?
Progressively, yeah. Since I got to college, I definitely became more one of those, more of like a two long naps in a day type of person rather than sleeping at all, the long duration of sleep. So, yeah, with the hectic schedule and everything, there's a lot more naps integrated to make sure you get the right amount of sleep.
I was gonna say, are you more of a 4-hour nap guy at a time as opposed to just sleeping 8 hours straight?
I'm one of those guys. Yeah, if I get something like over 5 or 6, I usually feel real groggy for the rest of the day. Then it's got to be like short durations of sleep at a time, and it's usually like a 4 to 5 hour sleep followed by like maybe a 1 hour nap in the day somewhere.
All right, now we go on to the guy who I think never sleeps at all. Coach, do you feel like naps are the way to go nowadays?
Naps are really important, and I'm right there with you, DJ. I think that more naps, less long duration sleep is kind of the way to go. That kind of started for me back in college. I feel like college was like the optimum nap prime for me. But yeah, I try and sneak one in when I can. My favorite nap personally is that Sunday one when golf's on. There's a pretty good golf tournament because you fall asleep, you wake back up, you still know exactly what's going on. Like you didn't miss a beat.
That's not true at all. I wake up through my nap and I'm like, oh, they already got through 18. Everybody's through.
So I got a question. Where all of us were in college or have been in college or in now, where was your favorite place to nap at college?
Yeah, there was a quiet room in the library at Mount that was kind of tucked away, a little bit secluded, and it seemed like only the upperclassmen knew about it, and so there was rarely like any underclass foot traffic or anything there. And then there was like tucked away little room.
I didn't know that people napped other than in their own like space.
Oh, you got a nap?
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I must have some napping phobia because there's no way I'm falling asleep in front of anybody but people really close to me. No way. I've heard way too many stories and seen way too many people get drawn on.
No, there was like Coach said, there was all kind of different rooms. I mean, the library was always a go-to because it was always quiet. But I want to say it was in
the only reason Paul goes to the library.
Yeah, I want to say it was in the DeBartolo building at YSU. There was a little room that was there, had a couple couches on it. Oh man, you just went there, you kicked back on the couch, you curled up your jacket or something as a pillow, put your hat down, and lay there on the couch. I'd fall asleep for like an hour. In between classes, if I had a break, oh yeah, I just go there, take a little nap. I wasn't sleeping.
There's kind of a hidden secret, and I'm going to kind of let the cat out of the bag on this one. But if you go to the music building, there's usually practice rooms in the music building, and you can lock those doors so that you can be in there practicing by yourself. Perfect spot for a nap.
Yeah, but is there anything to sit on or lay on in there, though, Coach?
Yeah, and they're a little bit bigger, and usually there's like, at least at Mount, some of them had like a couch in them so that, you could have a couple of people in there practicing at a time.
How about my mom dropping microbiology class? I fell asleep every class. The instructor wanted to know how I aced her test when I slept through class. Like, I'm 36 years old. This would have been nice to know about 15, 16 years ago when I got the constant, hey, I'm paying for these classes, so make sure, when reality is as soon as I got out of school, my mom says, oh, by the way, that's your responsibility now.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you were paying for these classes. Well, Mr. Graduate, now you get to pay for them. Pager says study hall naps in high school were unmatched as well. Well, Paul, do you let people nap in your study hall?
Hey, as long as they're quiet and don't disrupt people, I don't care what they do in here.
And they buy chips.
Yeah.
They're on the subscription plan. Any of the rooms in the library at Akron. This is interesting.
Ty, where do you nap? Do you nap at school?
No, I usually don't nap at school. If I'm going to nap, I'm napping usually in my house. It's usually when I have gaps in between classes or anything like that. I sneak home for like a nap or so and then go back out.
Does anybody else have a phobia of napping in front of people? Like other than like people like near and dear to your heart? Like, I don't think I could. If I fell asleep here, I would be nervous that somebody would tag me.
We had a rule about that back in the day, and it was if you took your shoes off, you made the conscious decision that you were going to take a nap instead of just like passing out in the middle of the day. And so if you took your shoes off, you were not allowed to be messed with.
Okay.
I always
classes, Jimmy Bartell.
I always tried to go like to the smart buildings, so I knew none of my friends would be in there. So I'd go to those. I'd go to those buildings where nobody knew who I was. So I just would go in there, and that's where I would nap. Now, if you were in Kilcolly or the Beagley Center, I mean, yeah. I mean, if I saw some of the athletes that I was friends with, heck yeah, they were going to screw with you, but I didn't sleep in those places.
I don't think I could do it.
Does anyone else nap in their car?
Yes, I did do that.
I don't know if I slept in my car on purpose or not, but there might have been a time or two that I fell asleep in my car and went to work or something afterwards.
Well, there's a difference between PO'd and right. Sleeping, like actively sleeping. Paul's a PO guy. And we're not talking about pitchers only. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It's that time of year. Didn't get it last year. We had it the year before, and pretty much every year since then. It is time for YSN March Madness. March Madness obviously comes but once a year, and it's the best time of year for a lot of us. One of our biggest national holidays here at YSN is March Madness, and we will be breaking down the brackets here. We're going to have a fresh, clean one, and we're going to talk about what we think are going to be the bracket busters for the 2021 series, the 2021, version of March Madness. And you can join the party. We put it in the comments. Join the YSN Bracket Buster. The link's in the comments. You can also go on Facebook under our YSN media page and join through there. We have about 20 people right now that are signed up. So why sign up? It's absolutely free, number one. Go against the experts here at YSN. And of course, we all want to put some swag on the line, too. We just got these awesome new... I don't even know if it'll show it. Can you see the... Nope. All right. Wait till the break. We got these new keychains. They're awesome. Rubberized. They're the shield, so you'll be able to hold the shield. Typically, they go for $5. One winner is going to get a keychain, a coffee mug. We'll give them a shirt, as well as one of our awesome, which I think the best thing we have merchandise-wise, in-house at least, are the YSN beanies, the sideline beanies. Those are my favorite. So we'll throw in one of those as well. So there it is. There's the coffee mug. So you get a hat, you get a beanie, or you get a hat, which is the beanie. You get a coffee mug, you get a keychain, and there's the hat right there. Paul, it's looking awful yellow in your room. Are the lights off in the...
The back lights are on. The front lights are off.
Okay. Look at that coffee mug. So we got a lot of stuff to give away. We got a T-shirt. As long as they're not XLs, someone within our organization who goes by the name of Jeff Bezos gave away all XL T-shirts in one single weekend. Don't know how that happens. All the rest of them were saved. He just went around looking for people that were extra larges, or maybe he took them home himself. I don't know. And at this point, I don't care. But if you're an XL, you're either going to have to go order up or order down, or we'll get you a big dog shirt instead if you're an XL, and you're not out of luck.
Were those parting gifts for dates?
Say what?
Here, take this shirt with you as you get out of here.
Funny you say that, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I mean, we were at the Tigers table, and he came back, and I said, why are there no XLs in any of these boxes? And he said, well, everybody was an XL. And I said, that's not ever the case. Like, there's a medium in there somewhere,
large.
Yeah, so all the XLs were gone. There was about 30 of them, and I just said, where did they go? I don't know, man. I don't know, Prev. I don't know where they went.
These people wanted extra large. I just said, sure, here you go.
Anytime you put him in a situation where he's got to make decisions, you know you're in trouble. So, all right, let's get to the bracket. I'm interested because Paul and I were talking about, and we'll pop it up here as we'll go to the side screen. Paul and I were talking about this. I'm not real big right now on upset alert. I don't like the bracket for very many upsets this year. Duke's not in there. Kentucky's not in there. The last time that they weren't in, naturally, I think Ron said this, Gonzaga won the championship.
It was like 1976 or something like that. I think.
Yeah, 67, 76, one of those. So, so we want to let us know what your thoughts are on. Can you post Ty's picks? Ty, any idea what my mom's talking about?
I don't know if she's talking about my the picks for the bracket. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what she's meaning.
Mom, can you elaborate what the hell you're talking about?
Well, she's probably sitting there alluding that, Ty's like the man genius over there. So
I see.
Ty's going to pick a perfect bracket. So
Pager says Cleveland State's winning it all. He just started watching college basketball, so take that with a grain of salt.
Paige, I'll gladly take the field with you in a bet on that one.
All right, so let's start from the top in the West. Gonzaga versus, the 16 seed. So you can, was it Appalachian State? And here's how it draws up. It's not even going to give you Appalachian State and Norfolk or whoever that is. Are we taking Gonzaga here?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
All right, take the Zags. Okay, then you go down. It's Oklahoma and Missouri. 8-9 seed. Let's look it up real quick. You see Missouri outscoring OU and with one win more on the season. But OU has a better BPI rank on the season than Missouri. So the question is, do you like the rankings as they are? It's going to be a close one. Who do you like? This is kind of one of those 50-50s.
I kind of like Missouri a little bit more in
I like
this
this too.
situation.
You like Missouri?
Yep, so do I.
I'll go against the grain and I'll take Oklahoma.
All right.
Oh, look at that guy.
I will.
And it's a toss-up game.
Since Baker Mayfield went to Oklahoma, we're taking Missouri. So it's 3-1.
Lone wolf over here.
5-12 is going to be Creighton and UCSB. Was that University Cal Santa Barbara? Is that what that is? Wow, what a guess. Are we seeing upset here? Usually there's a 12-5. Is this the upset of the bracket?
No, I don't think so, because Creighton's usually that team that's lower seeded, and they do the upsetting, but I don't think they're going to get upset here.
Creighton outscoring their opponent here by about 6 points. And they're 3-2 against top 25. So, Ty, what's your best guess on this one?
I don't know, because, this does kind of feel like the type of team that would have an upset in the first round, too. Like, this seems like the Cinderella story type of team to upset it. Creighton hasn't really – they haven't been making that much noise, I don't think, in college basketball this year. I know they're having a pretty good season, but I don't see them as, like, world beaters or anything. This might be the one that I'd go upset on, honestly.
Amo says UCSB. You think do we want to go, Coach? You're the tiebreaker here.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have a really good handle on either one of these teams yet. Creighton's been solid, but they haven't been spectacular. Why not? Let's throw the upset in there.
All right, so we're taking the upset. UCSB here in the People's Poll.
Too early.
Too early, he says. Virginia and Ohio. Do we go with the Buckeye State, or do we take Virginia, who are 2 years removed from a national title?
Virginia's for lovers, boys. They're winning that one.
Yeah, I think Virginia's a really, really solid team this year. I don't think Ohio. As much as I'd love to see the Ohio upset, I think Virginia's taking this one.
Matt?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not the year for Ohio. I've got cousins that are alumni that will be mad at me. Oh well.
We're playing basketball and not beer pong.
Yeah,
we're taking Virginia.
Yeah, it's not Halloween parties.
USC versus the winner of Wichita and Drake.
So this one's interesting to me because if Wichita wins that game against Drake, I feel like that's a more interesting matchup.
Because they're the Shockers.
Well, yeah, and they've got some tournament history. They've got some tournament experience. But that USC team is they're a pretty decent team.
Fight on.
Look at Paige say Ohio. He's picking Ohio over Virginia. We're going to look back at this, and Paige is going to be right. For some reason, there's something in my heart that says the Bobcats might pull that off, but we picked Virginia.
It's always that guy like Paige, or my mom who picks based on the better mascot.
Exactly. I like their colors. Their colors are pretty.
Hey, it's the first year the Yoakley girls are taking part in the tournament, so I can't wait to see how they pick.
I'm thinking USC on this one, though.
All right, let's take USC. Let's take USC here. Kansas and Eastern Washington.
Rock, chalk, J.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anybody that's not taking Kansas. Till Paige pops up and says, I'm taking Eastern Washington.
Yeah.
Mardell chiming in says Virginia has a couple guys out for the first round. Uh-oh.
I did not hear that yet. So
We got some breaking news from Mardell.
Yeah,
Still
I
feeling good
think,
about Virginia?
Yeah, I mean, because it was some guys that like were going to miss because of some COVID issues, I think is what it was, and they knew they were going to miss the first round because that's. But they talked about that in the ACC bracket when they were playing in the ACC tournament. So
This is an interesting game right here, though.
You know what? In my poll, and I'll let it out of the bag a little bit, I picked VCU.
I take VCU.
I was looking at VCU, and I was thinking VCU as well.
Yep.
Are we taking VCU on the people's poll?
Yep.
I'm on board for the VCU pick.
The people's poll chooses VCU. All right. Iowa and Grand Canyon. Wait, Grand Canyon? Like the online school?
Sure.
Is that real?
I don't know if it's really the school online, but it's Grand Canyon.
So Iowa, I mean,
Yeah,
The fighting keyboards?
yeah, definitely Iowa.
What is it going to be? Ohio State versus ITT Tech or what?
Yeah, I'm going to take the University of Phoenix.
All right, back to the top here in the South. Let's see Baylor and Hartford. You're not going to hear me pick against Baylor until I think one of the either the semifinals or the finals.
Yeah, I'm going Baylor on this one as well.
Okay, so
Hartford.
Grand Canyon University is a private Christian university in Phoenix, Arizona.
I'm telling you, man, they have some online thing because they run commercials all the time.
Is it Grand the Grand Cayman is Grand Cayman Islands, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you store your money.
Yeah, the Grand Caymans.
That's where all that candy.
No, Paul stores all his money under yellow notebook pads, like literally like 6 pages deep. He just puts it right over top because nobody's looking in those.
Okay, so DJ, here you go. 20,000 students attend on campus. 70,000 students attend online.
That's what I'm saying. This is baloney.
There are 90,000 people enrolled at Grand Canyon University.
That's what I'm saying.
Graduation rate. Here you go. The graduation rate is 32%. The acceptance rate is 77%. Annual cost is $32,000 to go to school there.
Wait. Say the graduation and the acceptance again.
They accept almost 80% of everybody who applies, and only 30% of them graduate. Graduation rate is for non-first-time, part-time undergraduate students.
I'm not going to knock a university because I think everybody has the right that wants to get an education. But let me ask you a dumb question. If you enroll online, can you go be part of their basketball program?
Why not? If you have eligibility. But the thing is, you got to get to Arizona.
Paulie, I got 3 years of Ellie left.
Well,
Me too.
hey, and Phoenix is a hell of a place to go hang out, too. So,
We could be the number 15 seed.
or, hey, we're
in
here
the
to play
dance.
basketball.
We're all wrapped up. Our knees are all taped.
We got the rec specs on, some knee braces.
How you feeling about North Carolina, Wisconsin? This is the one that I said earlier in the pre-show. Wisconsin's my team to overthrow North Carolina.
I like UNC.
Wisconsin's always a team that I tend to root for every year anyway, so I like Wisconsin personally.
Break the tie here.
Wisconsin it is.
Wisconsin it is. Look at that. Here we go. Doesn't Eastern Gateway have some sport teams? They don't have varsity sports anymore. They have club sports. They're looking to return varsity sports, which I'm excited for. I think that they were building great programs, and I know that there's some whispers around town that they're going to do it. So hopefully that comes through. Villanova, Winthrop. Thoughts?
I like Villanova in this one.
It's hard for me because it's another 12-5.
Yeah, I mean, Winthrop's been here a couple times before, and really cool place in North Carolina to go visit, but it's going to be Villanova for me.
That's 2, Paul.
Oh, I definitely said Villanova.
Sorry,
And
buddy.
actually, an updated on this. I'm still hooked on Grand Canyon over here. 25,000 students on campus, 90,000 online.
Paul's going to be enrolled by the time the show's over.
90,000. But here's the bad thing.
Do they have broadcast communications?
I'd be going to get my master's. It'd be my master's in that. First-time, full-time students, they graduate in about 50% of them. First-time, part-time students, it's like 7-8% graduate. If you're a full-time, part-time.
Did you say 7 or 8?
Yeah. First-time, part-time students, only 7 or 8% of them graduate within 6 years.
In 6 years?
Yeah, completed within 6 years, 7%. Completed within 8 years, 8%. If you're a first-time student going part-time.
They're all going to be doctors. That's why. It's a trick question.
Like me, I was out for the better part of the early 2000s.
My wife likes to say the same thing, Coach. I was there for 5.5 years.
I transferred. It was only in school for 4 years.
I was like the Van Wilder of Mount Union College.
There's a statue of you in a rocking chair. Let's go to Purdue, North Texas. Does anybody feel like North Texas has it?
Nope.
I like Purdue.
It's a good Big Ten year.
Boilermakers.
Texas Tech, Utah State.
Utah State.
No way.
Wow.
All right, we're going to the bracket buster here, the predictor. So you've got Utah State pretty even across the board, except for they've only played one team in the top 25. BPI rank is where they really get hit because they're 49 as opposed to Texas Tech's 8. Conference, they're 15-4. I couldn't tell you what the hell conference they're in, to be honest with you. And then you have Texas Tech at 9-8. Points per game, 73, pretty much with each other. So you got 73.3 with Utah State. Paul, why do you like Utah State here?
I just got a feeling about them. I was talking with one of the other teachers this morning, and he was liking them as well. So there's just something about them.
Okay, there's one vote for Utah State. What say you?
Convince me, Paul.
I just like them. It's one of the there's going to be some upsets. I don't think it's going to be in your normal spots. I think this is a spot where you pull a little upset here. I don't think Texas Tech.
If we were going like really in depth, I'd be asking who those 3 wins Texas Tech had against top 25 teams because they were 3-8, so they didn't have a great year against top 25 teams. I don't know. Utah State, you might have sold me on it, Paul, because I mean I'm looking at the points per game; they're pretty similar. I know the differences in opponents are probably the big difference, but the opponents' points per game are pretty similar too. It's an 11-6 matchup too. So I mean,
I'm going Texas Tech and letting Ty be the tiebreaker on this one.
7-foot junior for Utah State. And then you see the 2019 tournament marked the first time since 2013 that number 6 seeds won at least 3 of the 4 meetings against number 11s in a single tournament. So Paul might be onto something here.
Let's go Utah State.
Oh,
Tech,
baby.
Texas
We're going to
Tech,
be the upset city bracket is what we're going to be.
Ty, for your answer, Texas Tech, at least 2 that I've seen, 2 of their wins against top 10 was Texas. They beat Texas twice.
Ooh.
So they beat their in-state rivals. That was, I think.
Wait, no, I can't do that. This is just straight up, right?
Yeah,
This is bad if you say that to Texas.
that's right.
This is too sweet here in YSN.
Yeah, they beat Texas twice. I can't even see where their 3rd win against the top 25 was.
All right, so we got Utah State. I've never picked for Colgate since do you remember the old days when you had the Mountain Dew caps? And, if that team won the championship, you could trade it in for, swag. I got Colgate 174 times during that period in middle school. I will never pick Colgate as long as I live unless it's on my toothbrush. So how are we feeling about Arkansas and Colgate knowing that?
I like Arkansas anyway. I like them going into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Arkansas it is.
Texas did get their revenge in the Big 12 tournament. They beat them by 1 point.
This matchup had upset alert for me on it for Virginia Tech. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I took Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech had upset.
Let's take a gander here at the game predictor brought to you by ESPN Plus. Opponents points per game 65 to 69, and I mean you look at down points per game. It's just run and gun with Florida. It looks like.
Virginia Tech was undefeated against top 25 teams this year too, 4-0.
Ooh, baby!
I like Tech.
I like Virginia Tech going into it. Personally, I picked Virginia Tech.
There's 2 Techs.
No.
There we go. Virginia's for lovers once again. All right. Ohio State Oral Roberts.
Oh man, Oral Roberts all the way here, right?
Hey, if we were playing baseball, I would say Oral Roberts.
Yeah, Ohio State, they got a really good basketball program this year, it seems like. I'm going to go with the Buckeyes.
Where did the Big Ten come from with being good at basketball this year?
I honestly think it's got a lot to do with the fact that there's so many guys that are, juniors and seniors on these teams. And with it being a COVID year, you want that experience this season.
It's wild is what it is. I don't understand it. I don't necessarily hate it, but
you got 2 teams at number 1 seeds.
Well, yeah, when you got Michigan, we've already talked about Michigan, Purdue, Ohio State,
Illinois, Iowa.
Yeah, we'll get to Iowa here in a little bit, right? We haven't touched Iowa yet.
Yeah, we already talked about Iowa. They're playing Grand Canyon, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I saw Iona down here.
It's Grand Canyon's mascot.
Keyboard.
A keyboard.
All right, let's go to the East. Michigan versus, let's just put Michigan.
I mean, you got to give it to them.
Nobody's picking against the Sisters of the Blind here. LSU and St. Bonnie's.
Give me the Bonnies.
What?
Yep, I did too.
You
good call, Coach.
Scoundrels. What?
Thunder the Antelope. They are the Antelopes, the Grand Canyon Antelopes.
Of course they are. All right, there's 2 St. Bonnies. Tie.
I don't know, man. I was looking at LSU all the way going in this one, but what are we get? We're going to be at a tie anyway, so if we're going, yeah, they got us 2-2. We might have to go St. Bonnie's, DJ. I don't know. It's up to you.
Rock, paper, scissors contest.
The people's champion says St. Bonnie's.
I think we go by weight. Coach and I got you.
Oh, my God.
Definitely have that covered.
That's right.
All right, St. Bonnie's and the people's poll. Let's check out. Amos says Big Ten has 9 teams, most in tournament for a conference. That's pretty special. Big Ten. All right, Colorado and Georgetown. This was my 12-5. I picked Georgetown.
Yep, I agree.
Georgetown seems fitting.
Name once that anything in Colorado was ever evolved around basketball.
Okay.
Sold. Hook'em Hoyas.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know where Paul is going to side on this one. Florida State Technical University against UNC Greensboro.
I think I'm siding with Paul on it as well with Florida State.
That makes 3. Coach, you in on FSU?
We check off.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Practice, man.
I mean, I really like UNC. But
we might not hand them out today.
All right, BYU versus UCLA or MSU, Michigan State. Who was it that said something about this?
If it was Michigan State, I would say Michigan State because they've been on upset city. They beat Michigan and they beat Ohio State in those last few games of the regular season.
And they beat Michigan, too.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. But if it's Michigan State.
How many Michigans are there?
Yeah. If it's Michigan State, I'd say the upset city. I don't know much about UCLA this year, though. I haven't really seen them too much.
I like Michigan State.
I heard Kevin Love's trying to get traded.
BYU.
Kevin Love's trying to get traded back to UCLA.
Did we just take Michigan State winning against UCLA and then coming out and beating BYU?
That's why I don't necessarily like this bracket. I like being able to pick the play-in games too.
Yeah.
But see, then you can't pick till like late in the week.
Who do you have in that one, DJ?
I think I took UCLA actually.
Did you? I mean, that's not a bad pick, but
BYU playing basketball? All right, we're going to the predictor because I got to see this because I didn't. Well, it's only going to show one side of it, but
Can you see the Michigan State UCLA matchup?
no.
Oh.
Only 1-3 versus top 25 teams.
But they're putting up almost 80 points a game.
Yeah.
You know, and they're.
But what conference are they in again, too? Are they playing against a bunch of, like, nobodies that they can run out there and put up a ton of points?
What conference are they? Is that the
Mountain West, probably, right?
It's not with Utah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they in the same one as Utah State that we picked?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
BYU played Gonzaga 3 times. Kaboomski.
I'm taking BYU because I want the Fighting Jimmer Fredets.
Jimmer Fredette.
I just like that they have the giant Y on the logo, representing Yoakley and YSN and Youngstown. So let's go BYU.
And Yale.
Whoa. One-way street there.
American Athletic Conference is what – or no, the American East is what Utah State's in.
What the hell is that?
San Diego State, Colorado State, Boise, Nevada, Fresno, Air Force, New Mexico. So now I got
Air Force?
Oh, yeah. Wyoming. UNLV's in it. I mean, UNLV is a name at least.
Aren't they still on like legal discipline from like 1970?
I don't know. San Diego State's on a 14-game winning streak, though. I don't think – are they even in the –
No, they're not even in the tournament, so they must have lost somewhere.
No, they aren't. They're playing Syracuse, and they're in the Midwest bracket. We haven't got there yet.
Oh. All right, so we taking BYU or are we taking the others?
I like BYU.
I'm on the outside, so I got outvoted on that one.
Ty was with you.
Ty was with you.
Okay.
I think Paul and DJ have to rock, paper, scissors for this one.
Don't ever say I have to scissor with Paul ever again.
Okay, here's BYU. Look at this. Now they're in the conference with Gonzaga, but after that it's LMU, Pepperdine, Pacific, Santa Clara, St. Mary's, Portland, San Francisco. I mean,
they have a university in San Francisco?
San Diego.
But who's their out of conference?
Oh, let's see here. I mean, the next
boys.
team,
we're getting way too deep on this.
7-5, 7-5, and then after that, nobody's got a winning record.
We've spent 37 minutes on the first round.
Nobody ever, even ESPN is going to get this deep on BYU versus a play-in game.
Yeah, I mean they're.
All right, we're going BYU.
BYU, send it.
All right, Texas, Abilene Christian.
Texas.
I'm Texas on this one.
Hook 'em horns.
Texas lost to Texas Tech.
USC beat BYU.
USC's no sleeper.
UConn versus Maryland.
I like UConn.
UConn.
I like Maryland.
I like
some basketball.
If the girls were playing, if the women were playing, I'd like UConn a hell of a lot better in this situation. Paulie?
I like UConn.
All right, UConn it is.
It's a Big Ten year.
Alabama versus Iona.
Bama all the way.
Roll freaking Tide. All right, let's start at the bottom. Cleveland State versus Houston. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Yoakley's guarantee that he will not guarantee a victory here for anything. I'm taking Cleveland State, though. Cleveland State's got me all kinds of excited. You guys, what are you thinking?
Houston.
Damn it. Buzzkill. Houston, and...
Yeah, we're going to have to go.
Son of a biscuit! All right. Clemson versus Rutgers.
Clemson.
Rutgers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning Rutgers on this one,
A little
too.
2-1 vote ski here. Rutgers and Houston.
Coaching his Big Ten stuff over there.
It's a Big Ten year. I keep saying it, but it is.
Morehead State versus West Virginia.
I like West Virginia in this one.
WVU.
All right.
Yep.
Syracuse versus San Diego State.
I like the Orangemen here.
It's the Orange.
Nope.
Welcome
I'm
to
calling the
2021.
Orangemen. So the Orangemen.
You sexist bastard. Coach?
Okay.
The Orange.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, what the hell?
Liberty versus Oklahoma State.
Cowboys.
Yep.
2 votes, 3 votes, Cowboys. Oregon State versus Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I like Tennessee in this one as well.
Rocky Top.
All right. Loyola versus Georgia Tech.
Loyola has my heart ever since that 1 year, so I'm going Loyola Chicago.
Yeah, I'll make Ant happy. I'll take Georgia Tech, even
All right,
though they
we're
beat Florida State for the ACC.
We're split. What do we got?
I'm on the Georgia Tech train, too.
Oh, Ramblin' Wreck, Georgia Tech. Here we go, I do declare. Illinois versus Drexel.
Waiting Illini.
Yeah, we're going Illini.
Oh, yeah.
1 seed. Take it to the top. Here we go. Back up to the top. Gonzaga, Missouri.
Zags.
Yeah, you're seeing me can take Gonzaga for a while here.
Let's go.
Taking them all the way to the end.
You pick them to win it?
Yeah, I did.
You bastard. All right. UCSB versus Virginia. Who's got the stones to say US or UCSB?
Well, in my poll, I took Creighton, and I have Creighton winning that game.
It does not matter because the winner gets Gonzaga.
I'm trying to think of how far the Cinderella story would go, you know, like, is it fitting to end here? Is it fitting to get it all the way to the doorstep of Goliath just to get stomped on by Gonzaga? Where does the Cinderella story end for UCSB? I kind of like Virginia a little bit better in this matchup, honestly.
Virginia moves on to play Gonzaga. USC versus Kansas. I think this is going to be a damn good game.
That's going to be a fun one to watch.
I'm like 55-45 in favor of Kansas. Like, I really think it's going to be close. I think it'll be a toss-up.
Are you able to pull the matchup on that?
Beautiful.
Oh, my gosh. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is like apples to apples.
I kind of want to take USC just because it's really not the year for any of the blue blood programs.
We have 1 vote USC.
I still like Kansas.
Yeah, like Mardell says, Kansas gets their guys back. I think I'm going Kansas on that.
Rock, chalk, Jayhawk. VCU and Iowa. Is this where the Hawkeyes fall short?
It's a Big Ten year, right? It's a Big Ten year.
Until they meet VCU.
No.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going with Iowa in this one.
Iowa.
Damn it.
I do like Iowa in this one as well.
I tried to sell it. Nobody's buying.
Nah, I can't buy it.
All right. Ohio State, Virginia Tech. Is this where the Buckeyes fall off the tree?
Nope. I got them going all the way, too.
I think that's going to be a fun game, but I'm taking the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I think Ohio State is going to go a little bit further this year.
Utah State versus Arkansas.
Pull up the
High on
matchup
Utah
on that
State?
one.
Yeah,
Let's
Suey
pull up
Ziggy.
everybody's all in on Utah State. Oh,
No.
look at Arkansas putting up 82 a game.
Yeah, I said Suey Piggy on that one.
See?
It's Arkansas.
Number 3 seeds are 32 and 17 versus number 11 seeds.
There's going to be a Cinderella story that goes pretty far this year. I really do feel like that, but I don't know if it's Utah State in this scenario.
That sounds like an Arkansas vote to me.
I think it is, too. It sounds like that.
Villanova versus Purdue, 5 against a 4. What do we got?
It's a Big Ten year.
Boilermakers. Big Ten year.
It's a Big Ten year.
Boilermakers get 2 votes right off the hop. Baylor, Wisconsin. Is it a Big Ten year again?
I like Wisconsin in this one. I do like
What?
Wisconsin.
1 vote for Wisconsin.
I do. I do like Wisconsin.
I got
That
Baylor
could-
winning.
I like Wisconsin, but Baylor is just too strong.
There it is. Baylor makes it to Purdue. So we got chalk at the top here. 1 versus 4, 1 versus 4. Then down here is 3 and 2, 3 and 2. Interesting. That's chalk all the way, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Michigan, St. Bonnie's.
It's a Big Ten year.
Wait. Nope, can't do it.
Actually, it's not awful. Not as bad as I thought it would be.
I just think that there's too much experience on that team up north's roster.
Number 1 seeds are 66-6. Oh, I don't like that stat. Against number 9 seeds.
Yeah, I'm going Michigan on this one.
Paul's going to like this. The only win by a 9 seed in the past 6 years came when Florida State beat Xavier in 2018.
No, you're fine.
St. Bonnie's? No, we're going Michigan.
This is where Paul's going to hate me because I think Georgetown does it again.
Oh, there's one vote for the Hoyas. Let's go. Let's go.
The Knowles.
All right, 1 vote FSU.
I'm going with Ty. Give me Georgetown.
Ah! Yeah! Let's go! Let's see how big the Stones are in the next round. We go Michigan and Georgetown.
Yeah,
all right,
'cause I have
BYU.
Florida State going to the Final Four. So
Well, this is the people's poll, Paul. BYU and Texas. How much do people like BYU now?
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, I'll go Texas on this one.
UConn and Bama. Basketball school versus a football school.
Bama.
Give me the upset.
1-1.
Ooh.
Tie. Comes down to the resident genius.
I'm going to be biased because I like the UConn program a lot, so I'm going to go UConn on this one.
Oh, here we go. Now it's getting fun.
We want madness down here, man.
We do want Matt. By the way, Friday, starting at noon, you can come down. You got to let us know first, obviously, with COVID constrictions. But we're still having a live stream here, so you can check in, talk to us via the live stream, or if you're lucky enough to get a seat at the couch and watch. We're gonna watch 3 games at a time here in HQ. So going to be a fun day. Offices are closed. There will be no power hour. There will be no running point. Just a lot of fun here on the national holiday. So make reservations now. We have limited seating available. Rutgers and Houston. Does Houston have a problem right here?
It's a Big Ten. No.
No.
Syracuse and West by God, Virginia.
West by God, Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going
That
West Virginia.
wasn't even a breath. All right, let's go to Tennessee and Oklahoma State.
Okie State.
Tennessee.
I like Tennessee a little bit better in this one, too.
Here we go. Illinois and Georgia Tech.
It's a Big Ten year.
Sorry, Ant.
I didn't think Georgia Tech should have made it this far. I'm going Illini.
There's been a murder, and Georgia Tech is now deceased. All right, back to the top we go. Is this the Elite Eight? No, Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Gonzaga, Virginia.
Zags.
Yeah, I like Gonzaga on this one as well. I think they're going far.
Baylor, Purdue.
Baylor.
This is the tough one for me.
This is a very tough one for me.
I think this is a really good game. Let's go to the breakdown.
Let's go to the breakdown. 84 points a game for Baylor, 71 for Purdue. Yahtzee. I think we found our answer, at least for me right there.
Yeah, but
Who you playing?
Big Ten was a stronger conference this year.
Interesting. Let's take a look at the notes here. Number ones have won all 8 meetings with 4 seeds. That's 5 tournaments.
So we're overdue for a.
Oh, that's one way to look at it. We got 1 Baylor vote.
I think I have to take Baylor.
There's
Yeah.
2 Baylor votes. Here we
Yeah,
go.
let's send it with Baylor.
I hate to do it, but I got to do it.
All right, Arkansas and Ohio State. Who's going to be the bad guy here to send the Buckeyes packing?
None of us.
Ohio State is going to make it to the Elite Eight for the first time in quite some time.
Wow. Okay. Are they going to be joined in on the other side by Iowa, or is Kansas going to dethrone the 2 seed?
Kansas.
Let me see that matchup.
$83 points per game for Iowa. but they're also letting up a few more points to their opponent.
Versus top 25 is similar. BPI is pretty close too. Ooh, that's a good matchup though. That really is.
60.7% of the time, the number 2 seeds win.
And if Kansas has their guys back, I don't know. It's hard for me to pick against the Jayhawks.
Dude, this is a 50-50. This is as close as it's going to get. 60% in this scenario means nothing because you're in the Sweet 16.
I'm with Paul on this one. I like Kansas a little bit more than Iowa.
The 2 votes gets Kansas through and Iowa eliminated. All right, down to the bottom we go. Michigan and the Hoyas. Who's got the stones to pick Georgetown?
Florida State.
Georgetown.
There's one
Florida
Georgetown.
State.
I've got the stones. Give me Georgetown.
One Georgetown vote. Do we get 2 Michigan votes? Who gets voted off this island? Let Paul have the last vote.
I already voted Florida State.
Florida State's not in here.
I mean, I have Michigan losing then, so whoever's there, I guess it'd be Georgetown then.
Georgetown makes it through.
This bracket's jacked.
Texas versus UConn.
Texas.
Texas. There's no
Texas, yeah.
Texas.
All right. What do we got? Illinois versus Tennessee. Big Ten
Fighting.
year?
Yeah, Big Ten year.
Upset alert.
Uh-oh.
Somebody likes orange. All right, Ty. You're the vote.
Can I see the matchup real quick?
Oh, look at this guy, Mr. Statistic. Oh man. You want the notes?
Illinois.
Oh
Illinois.
baby. He says, I don't need the notes. Hold your stupid notes. West Virginia and Houston.
WVU.
West Virginia.
Yeah, I like West Virginia in this one
Man,
too.
you guys brought Houston all this way just to poop on them. That's all this was.
That's right.
Unbelievable. All right, here we go. Back to the top. Gonzaga versus Kansas.
Zags.
Yep.
Yeah, this is where Kansas is finally gonna get dethroned.
Baylor and Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Give me the Buckeyes.
Oh, you guys are homers.
I'm a Duke
Homers.
fan.
Georgetown versus Texas.
Georgetown.
This is where the Cinderella story ends for me.
Oh!
I gotta say Texas on this.
We got one vote each. What are we doing here, Coach?
Brain says Texas, but man, do I want to say Georgetown and just jack this bracket all up. Texas.
The Hoyas go down. West Virginia, Illinois.
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 Yeah.
Illinois moves on. And we are down to the Final Four, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get to our Final Four picks, we are going to pay some bills here and let you know that today's unbelievable show is proudly presented by Joe Dickey Electric. Anything commercial, anything residential, anything electrical, you need to check with our friends over at Joe Dickey Electric. Visit them today at dickieelectric.com and make sure you are all serviced up for the spring and the summer. You do not want things heating up where they don't need to be. Make sure you call our good friends at Joe Dickey Electric, proud sponsor of your sports network. All right, boys, it is Final Four time. Gonzaga and Texas, Ohio State and Illinois. Let's go with Gonzaga and Texas first.
Zags.
Damn it, Paul. Can we have a little bit of like build up?
Right out the gate, man. Shoot them out.
We got to look at the matchups. That's Final Four. We're gonna have to look.
All right, here's your matchups. Opponent points per game, pretty even, within a point. Actually, within.
But 92 points per for Gonzaga.
Yeah, Gonzaga could run the floor a little bit. In case you didn't know, they're 15-0 in their conference. They're 4-0 against top 25. Obviously, the top-rated team in the tournament. I mean, they're really good. This is the best Gonzaga team we've seen in probably a decade.
Well, and keep in mind that since they pared down the wooden list, this is the first team ever in Gonzaga to have 3 kids named to that award list.
I
Yeah,
did not know any of that.
I gotta say Gonzaga. I have them going Final Four in my other one too. I'm comfortable saying that they could be in the national championship game. I am comfortable saying they beat Texas.
I think they beat Texas by 20.
Yeah.
Texas lost to who was the team we were talking about? Texas Tech?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Twice.
we screwed up this part of the bracket when we started having those funky picks down in that region.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Gonzaga by a bunch over Texas.
All right, so Gonzaga gets through.
We messed up the East, Coach. That's where we messed up.
Well, we always mess up the East.
All right, Chris says Illinois is good. They're deep. They can win it all.
Chris isn't wrong.
Do we have them beating Ohio State? That's the question. Let's pull up.
This would be what, the fourth meeting between these two teams?
Probably, yeah.
How has it gone so far?
Did they meet in the big hold on, let's take a
I
look.
think they met in the Big Ten championship game, if I'm not mistaken.
So Illinois beat them once by 5. Illinois beat them a second time by 3. And then that's all I see. I see them playing twice.
Okay, maybe Illinois
No,
didn't.
sorry. Ohio State beat them by 6.
So 2-1 Illinois. So this is interesting.
It's interesting because they've met each other too throughout the season, so you have something to go off of. I don't know. This is toss up for me. It really is. I could see either team pulling it off.
In Indianapolis, which is where the Big Ten is housed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ohio State just lost by 3 yesterday in overtime.
That was the fourth?
No, that was the third time they met. 2 in the regular season. They split the regular season, and then in the Big Ten tournament, Ohio State lost yesterday by 3 points.
All right, so this is Chris saying, yes, yesterday's game was awesome. Illinois went up 17. The first half, Buckeyes took them in overtime.
I like Ohio State.
Yeah, let's go Buckeyes then.
Oh, Gonzaga and Ohio State. Oh, the baby. Oh, the baby for the national championship. The natty, if you will. Is it the Bulldogs or the Buckeyes?
What's that matchup look like?
Well, wait a minute, Paul, and let me show you.
It looks favorable to Gonzaga, I bet.
I think this is going to favor Gonzaga in many ways.
Yeah, the OSU's the clear-cut underdog in this one.
I don't see Ohio State getting the natty in basketball and football.
Nope. I got the Zags anyway. I just wanted to make some drama.
Yeah, for me, I like the Bulldogs in this one. I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bulldogs are your national champions in your People's Poll on your sports network. But before we go, we have to pick a final score.
84-71.
It's going to be an 80s to 70s or a high 60s.
That's right. I like 84-71.
67-53.
Since Ty is from the future, we're going to go with him.
Yeah.
And there it is. I don't know why.
If it ends up Gonzaga and Ohio State in the Natty, and that's the final score, and we look back at that, I will.
Well done. The People's Poll is complete. Carrie's saying that now she knows how Quinn feels when he's forced to talk about baseball. Carrie doesn't have to watch this show, right?
No, she's at work.
Should be working, Carrie. Should be watching award-winning entertainment.
Wait, we won an award?
Yes, a Dundee.
Everybody needs a Dundee.
Buckeyes have the guards, but not the inside play to make it. Wrong. Chris, you're usually right. That's why when you say things, I listen. So hopefully, I don't know if you can talk yourself into it, but you're like Nostradamus of East Palestine. Mardell saying Ohio State lost in the Big Ten Championship in OT, but I think they split before. Yes, that's correct. All right, that is going to do it for the main portion of our show today. Congratulations to the fantasy team, the Gonzaga Bulldogs, for winning our People's Poll. And they are the People's Champ here. Let's see how you stack up in the YSN Bracket Buster. Go to the top of the screen, and you can click on it. Also, go to YSN Media on Facebook. You can sign up there. We already have about 20 contestants. It's all for swag. It's all for fun and bragging rights. But you can get yourself a new YSN mug in this beautiful shade of Victory Red or cool Cobalt Blue. Or yourself, you can get a YSN beanie, sideline cap, as well as one of our brand new keychains, and of course, what was the last thing?
A shirt.
Oh, and a shirt. So there you go. So we'll get you taken care of. Before we go, as we do always here to finalize the show, we're going to do it with the G. Berbick Farm What's Your Beef? Brought to you by G. Berbick Farms. Visit them on the web at gberbickfarms.com and as well on New Buffalo Road in Columbiana, where you can definitely get the big beef out there. Big beef, says Paige. He's going to start us off. The person that keyed my car over the weekend. Whoa.
That's nasty.
I think that just became all of our beef.
Yeah, you don't mess with Paige.
Not cool. Not cool at all.
No, man. You ever see that the replacements when they turn the car on the side?
Yeah.
Like, we find out who did that, your car is going on its side.
Yep. The guards are coming.
That's right, baby. Shane, is that your car?
Yeah.
All right, Paul. Light us up. What do we got?
All right. It is a little filet to be back on the show. I always enjoy being on the show, but practices always kind of cut into that, especially with the nice weather. We're outside. We're first right after school. But I have a beef, and my beef is with soft people and this whole helicopter parent. I'm gonna, make excuses for my kids, even though my kids don't deserve the excuses. Just a little situation that it was run into over the weekend, and it was really kind of a useless thing that I had to do, and talk to somebody about something that wasn't even a problem, but to them it seemed to be a problem, and they just make excuses for their kids, and it's why your kids are the way they are, because you make excuses for them and make it easy for them to not have to do stuff. And it was just it was a little ridiculous, so
way to stay above the water, Paul. You were getting low there for a minute there. I thought you were going to go fully indulged, but you stayed above there, soldier.
Yeah.
All right, Ty, what's your beef?
Well, I got a fillet today, and my fillet is going to be working with this whole headed home with baseball. Billy Mack and Quinn were so kind to cut me in on doing this, and just getting to meet a lot of these baseball coaches really gets you excited for the season and excited for what we're doing here on YSN, getting all these coaches and all these programs introduced to people who may not have known a lot about them beforehand. So, yeah, that's my fillet.
Well played. Coach, what's your cut?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with a little bit of a combination today. With the nicer-ish weather over the weekend, got a chance to spend most of the weekend working outside. Helped my dad put a block wall around his hot tub, and then got to join a group of people down at the football field to help our track program put in their runway for their long jump pit. But the beef portion is, man, I got sunburnt in 47-degree weather. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm hurting today a little bit.
That's awesome. I'm gonna go with a little filet today. Yesterday was a unique day on the network. For the first ever time, we hosted a cheer and dance recital on YSN. It was awesome. It was really cool to see. It wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but the ladies did an unbelievable job. It was Miss Dana's dance studio that held it. It's still available on YSN. If you look it up, you can check it out. $3.99 gets you all the. It had flips, it had cartwheels, it had backflips. It was, you look at this, and first off, you hurt as someone who could never do that if I tried. But it just makes you, the pride that these parents have for those young ladies and all they can accomplish was fantastic. So congratulations to Ms. Dana. Congratulations to Ann and Jim Myers. Thank you for sponsoring that. Congratulations to those young ladies and their parents for everything they do and the hard work that it took to get there. So that is going to do it, unless anybody's got any last remarks.
Nope.
That'll
It'll
do
be
it.
a good week.
We'll see you Tuesday on the YSN Power Hour tomorrow, 3 to 4, right here on your sports network. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.